Unfortunately, as some of you know, Ken Ham is not really doing Answers News anymore, which puts a whole damper on me doing Ham and Egg News episodes when Ken's not there. So I have to get my Ken Ham fixes vicariously through Twitter, where of course I am blocked because I exist as a human and he seems to have blocked everyone. But if you go incognito, every once in a while you can see what Kent is tweeting, and today he was tweeting this. Now it makes total sense to look at it because Kent is taking a look at this Fox News article, which is normal for him, and it's New Jersey. People are complaining about the crazy sex ed curriculum that is being planned in New Jersey. So before I even really paid attention to what Ken was saying, of course, I had to go click on the article to see what was going on. Sure enough, Fox News. Oh, let me get rid of that. Fox News is complaining about a video that tells kids that masturbating a few times a day is a healthy way to relieve stress. Of course, that's the whole story. It has to be, right? That's everything. That kind of headline isn't just for shock value. Turns out that in the 5th grade, so kids that are around 11 years old or so, in some sex ed curriculums, they were introducing some video content. One of the videos that they were promoting, whether you identify as male, female, genderqueer, or something else, you are perfectly normal. And there are lots of ways to manage puberty so that it can be fun, exciting time rather than scary or a stressful one. This is the kind of message that Fox News thinks is negative. And then there was, of course, this video. One of the videos was about masturbation, male and female, and the whole video was really just trying to tell you that physically, it is a thing that you can do without harming yourself. There are other warnings in there about it as well, but the notion that I was once led to believe that that there could be lots of physical ramifications for any such activity was, of course, verboten, and it did have that quote that they said that a couple of times a day can be good for stress relief. I don't know if that's good for kids or not, but anyway, it's not the end of the world. And there was this third one, sexual orientations explained, and one of the elements in the video. Let me see if I can find it. I don't see it right there. Basically, in this video, there is a mention that if you are feeling like your gender identity doesn't match your body or your birth sex, that you should perhaps seek out someone to talk to, and that perhaps, and it does mention that puberty can be delayed for certain people if that's something they are interested in doing. So just mentioning any of those things, all bad. All that stuff's bad. And of course, none of that's a surprise. It made perfect sense to me why Ken Ham would be complaining about this kind of curriculum in a school. But then I actually read his tweet, and it connected with something else that's going on with Ken Ham. Let's read this. Bring it back to the Beers Review. Here's an idea for Christians: move to northern Kentucky and work at the Ark Encounter Creation Museum and send your schools to our truly biblical worldview Christian school, 12 Stones Christian Academy. Word Christian is in there a lot. Don't let the pagan state raise your children. So Ken is piggybacking on what most of his viewers would see as terrible sex ed curriculum, and he is trying to spin it for his own benefit, because I happen to know that Ken Ham is having problems hiring employees. He's having such a massive problem that he's actually had his supporters, I'm on their email lists and things like that, really in prayer about this problem that they have not being able to find people. And he put out this article related to that titled Cancel Culture. Once again, cancel culture, nothing to do with the fact that he can't hire people. Issues facing our ministry, blah, blah, blah. And the number one, so he complains about deplatforming and woke culture, of course. But this all comes down to being in a war. And he decides to, here, I'm just going to have my complaint about cancel culture, and I'm going to relate that to our current labor shortage. Um, and he gives a few reasons why they can't seem to hire as many people as they want to. First of all, yes, there's a labor shortage across the whole country. That makes sense. Christian colleges. Um, the other thing he's blaming now is that most Christian colleges no longer teach young earth creationism. So therefore, when the students come out of these Christian colleges or if they're for their summer jobs or whatever, they can't sign the statement of faith anymore because they don't believe in young earth creationism. Oopsie. The woke culture, of course, just an increasing anti-Christian environment, permeating culture. Again, that would have nothing to do with his employees, though, as you know, for those of you who've been following me for a while, everything from the janitor right up to second in command to Ken all have to sign statement of faith. All have to say that there'll be no cursing, no sex before marriage, like just all the things that go along with Ken's. Oh, and of course you have to agree to young earth creation, all the things that Ken's version of biblical authority goes. And here's the challenge. The items above make it seem so. So what we're doing, we need housing for many of them. And here's where the good news turns into potentially bad news. So of course, I would be excited that Ken can't find enough workers to keep his place open because it shouldn't be open. Ideally, the marketplace of ideas would have that place, no one going to it. But if they can't find workers who are in the local area, specifically where they can find young people who are willing to be paid for free, and we'll get to that, who are willing to work for free, who hold to his worldview, he doesn't have housing. So what's this exciting opportunity? Read things that we need your money for. Ken is planning to work on, let me scroll ahead to get to the punchline. Ken is working on a campus where the employees of Answers in Genesis will all live at the Ark and live in these little compounds, and that'll be subsidized for the people who work there. So Ken can now get a hold of 16 to 20 something people around the country who, before they get into college, can come and work for him, get away from home, live on their campus, abide by their rules, and have a job. This is his new extension of all that they're doing. So, of course, I feel incredibly terrible for, because when I was 17, I was exactly the kind of person that was like, I'm going to move to live where the Ark Encounter is, and I'm going to take one of these unpaid internships that Ken is offering. I'm not going to get into the details of the article because I think you probably get the gist here. Ken is now moving from just doing the attractions, and then he expanded to this school that he alluded to. But now he's actually having hundreds of young people from around the country live right there so that they can indoctrinate them 24/7 with this stuff and also get essentially free labor. So that this is going to be first offered to their interns. Now, I did scour. Some of the interns are paid. Some of the internships are not. But I'm assuming they're going to take money out for room and board. It sounds like that's what they're going to do. These people will be basically moving across the country to work for Ken for free. So that's a pretty good hustle if you make it happen. Or what do you think? Maybe am I overreacting on this? Maybe this is great news because we're excited that Ken Ham can't get the workers, and we don't care that he's planning to bring in lives to destroy more directly than normal. Maybe that's fine with you. I don't know. Or maybe I'm not looking at it the right way. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the super chats, and we can talk about it more at the end of the show.